Hello guys! Welcome to the AllRasta channel to discuss and explain the exciting storyline of your favorite series, SwallowedStar, episode 197. In the previous episode, Luofeng spent a lot of time completing the Star Tower inheritance trial, which required tremendous determination to endure, as he faced the pain in his soul that grew stronger with each passing day. After 6,000 years had passed, Luofeng finally gained recognition from Star Tower as its master, and he was introduced to the master, Zhu Shanke, the legendary figure who had founded Star Tower, and appointed Luofeng as his third disciple after his first disciple, Hu Thi, and his second disciple, the Flame Emperor of the Flame God race. As a specialist in creating treasures, Zhu Shanke gave Luofeng several treasures that could help him grow into a powerful warrior. So, what were these treasures? Alright, to find out without further ado, let's dive straight into the story. After Luofeng was appointed as the third disciple, Zhu Shanke gave Luofeng two great treasures, one of which was the Star Tower itself, and the other was known as Robbery Armor, also known as Force Armor. Although Luofeng had never seen the armor, he already had some connection to it. Force Armor was specially made for Luofeng by the Master. The armor is said to have the ability to reproduce, giving birth to armor from the Flame God race. Examples include Soldier Armor, General Armor, and Gold Armor, which Luofeng has successfully collected. There is even the Emperor Armor, which is of a higher level. All of these armors were born from Force Armor, a treasure that is said to be enough to tempt even a Universe Master. Luofeng did not expect that what he had collected was produced from Force Armor. Perhaps he was not just coincidentally able to collect the previous three armors in sequence. After receiving Zhu Shanke's kindness, Luofeng immediately bowed, paid his respects, and thanked his new master. The master, laughing heartily at the respect shown by his disciple, then explained, "So, to wear and be able to move the Force Armor, one needs 100 million times the strength of a World Master. With Luofeng's current strength, he clearly still cannot use it. Currently, the armor was stored in the territory of the Flame God race and was temporarily guarded by Luofeng's second senior, the Flame Emperor. But the Master had also prepared the original soul, a treasure he could use in his current condition, so there was no need to worry. This treasure was shaped like a drop of water, encased in a shell. This treasure was also given to the Flame Emperor and can produce original souls of a lower level. After the treasure was activated, Luofeng was immediately sent to a different dimension resembling the universe. Inside, there were many objects that looked like hollow, round water droplets, and these were soldier souls, general souls, king souls, and emperor souls, which were born from the original soul. This treasure was used to train the soul of its user and was very suitable for humans from the Earth lineage. This was in contrast to the Flame God race, who had a natural talent for physical strength to become true warriors. For example, the Flame Emperor was the strongest figure of that race. But when it came to soul power, their souls were only average. Therefore, to cover up the shortcomings in the soul aspect, the Master created the Earth lineage. Luofeng just found out that the Earth lineage was created for this purpose. Luofeng's second senior brother was satisfied with having the original soul, while the remaining million souls produced would be given to Luofeng, and he could give the rest to humans of the Earth lineage. Thus, in the future, Luofeng would become a super powerful expert, and when the humans of Earth received Luofeng's help, protection, and guidance, the human race on Earth would also grow into a super powerful race. For Luofeng, it was the same as a mission to strengthen the Earth bloodline, and he promised to do his best. Along with that, Luofeng began to draw some of the original soul's production into his storage. Not only that, but the Master also had one last treasure for his last disciple. Luofeng then followed the Master onto a super-sized boat, which sailed along the current of the universe's energy river. When invited to sail, Luofeng was certain that the boat's speed exceeded the speed of light, but strangely, Even at that speed, the passage into the dark universe did not open. Luofeng could still see the scene in front of him very clearly, and Puti explained the reason for the strangeness Luofeng was witnessing. He said that their master was one of the most powerful figures in the universe, whose words alone could become the law. If the master said that countless lives would be destroyed, then powerful warriors would be destroyed. And if he said that a galaxy would disappear, then it would immediately disappear. And now, the master said that if the speed of his ship was no longer the speed of light, but 10 times the speed of light, then the area around it could also reach 10 times the speed of light, remain stable, and not enter the dark universe. Now, at the edge of their view, they could see a gathering force similar to a hurricane, called the Nine Spiral Nebula. It was basically the core of the star tower, which actively absorbed the energy of the universe to maintain its own power consumption. However, at present, Luofeng can't provide large amounts of energy due to his current power level. So for now, Luofeng cannot yet move and control the star tower as he wishes. For now, the treasure will remain in place and continue to absorb the energy of the universe. Therefore, as a substitute, the master gave him something else, an item in the form of a scroll called the star diagram. This treasure can hold a large number of sealed stars. As a start, the master put 100 sealed stars into it. Later, after Luofeng's training begins to show progress, he can also use all the sealed stars stored in the star tower, which totals 16,135 pieces. The number is very large, but with that amount, everything can be stored in the star diagram. After receiving the treasure, Luofeng said that the sealed star, which had previously been fought over by the Immortal King's warriors, was now gathered in front of Luofeng in a scroll. Well, Luofeng is really lucky, guys. The sealed star in the scroll could form the sky-tearing claw technique structure from the beast god statue. Luofeng immediately understood that he could put any battle technique he wanted into the star diagram, and it was very clear that this treasure was made for a mental master like him. Thereafter, the master immediately turned his boat around, bringing Luofeng back to the previous trial hall room. For now, Luofeng already had the star diagram and the general level original soul that strengthened his soul, and it turned out that there was one last thing, and only then would Zushan Kei's business there be finished. The master then transferred 3 coordinates of the universe into Luofeng's mind, as well as traces of fragments from the remains of the Heavenly Soul Crystal. It is known that Luofeng has already studied part of the 9 Calamities secret tome, but all 5 parts of the fragments are contained within the Heavenly Soul Crystal. As far as we know, Luofeng has already found 2 fragments, and the remaining 3 parts of the fragments must be collected by Luofeng, all of which are scattered in 3 different places and have dangerous levels. Luofeng is required to collect each part in sequence. The first fragment is at the World Master stage, the second fragment is at the Immortal stage, and the last is at the Universe Venerable stage. When all the fragments are successfully collected, that is when Luofeng will immediately be able to activate the Star Tower. Then, Zushan Ke recounted that he had lived for an immeasurably long time. The past he had experienced had vanished like the wind, but he promised to keep the memory of his encounter with Luofeng in his core memory. Luofeng immediately paid his respects before the master, vowing to strive hard to lead the lineage of the earth so that it could stand shoulder to shoulder with the powerful master of the universe. After saying everything, Zushan Ke disappeared from Luofeng's sight. Puti did the same, because his task of guiding Luofeng was now complete, so his first senior could travel around the universe again, and he immediately left Luofeng, who would now become the new manager of Star Tower. Right after Puti left, Luofeng remembered something very important. Because he had accepted the Star Tower inheritance test, he could not split his consciousness to enter the virtual universe. Since 6,000 years had passed, his family must be very worried. When Luofeng opened his email, there were tens of thousands of message notifications that came in at once, a collection of messages from his closest people. Among the email senders to Luofeng, he received the most messages from his wife, Xuxin. Xuxin always asked Luofeng where he was, and she always gave him updates on what she was doing. Among them Xu Xin said that she had gone to a remote planet in a galaxy, a planet that was beautiful but very lonely, just like her lonely heart. Thousands of years had passed, but Luofeng had not returned home, nor had he sent any news. Xu Xin also said that the Ross family had been very aggressive lately, while she was struggling to keep Luo's family together. From birth until now, they have lived for 10,000 years, but Luofeng has spent 6,000 years in the Star Tower, separating him from Xu Xin for more than half of his life. Luofeng could only know about the time they had spent apart from the messages sent by Xu Xin. Luofeng felt that he owed his wife too much. Luofeng then entered his headquarters in the virtual universe with a gloomy face, and he happened to meet his son, Luoping, who looked very troubled. Then, Luoping hugged his father tightly, showing that he was holding back immense pressure. Luoping then reported on the current situation. During the last few thousand years of Luofeng's absence, the Luo family underwent many developments. In fact, many members of the Luo family had occupied tens of thousands of planets that supported life. Back when Luofeng was still around, everything was manageable. However, because Luofeng had been gone for so long, rumors of his death began to spread, causing some of the Luo family's forces to split. Feeling guilty, Luofeng asked where Xu Xin was now. Luoping then informed him that his mother was currently negotiating with the Ross family, who, with only the Immortal King as their head, often clashed with the Luo family's business interests. A year ago, while members of the Luo family were protecting their servants, they killed one of the Ross family members. And that was when the Ross family took advantage of the situation to escalate the issue and demand compensation. And now Xu Xin was negotiating to resolve the matter. After seeing the identity of the Ross family head, it was discovered that the person's name was King Jianta. Hearing this, Luofeng felt angry. Even though he was still at the low Immortal King level, he dared to disturb his family. He was looking for death. Switching to the virtual universe, where Xu Xin was negotiating with Brolin. The negotiations had been going on for 7 days, and Brolin stated that that day's meeting would be the last. If Xu Xin did not give a definite answer, the arrogant woman would threaten Luo's family. However, in the middle of the negotiations, starting from the guards brought by Brolin to Xu Xin's guards, everyone suddenly bowed down. Brolin, who had previously worn a haughty expression, suddenly fell silent in fear when she realized that the one who had made all her bodyguards bow down was Luofeng, who had made a comeback and appeared behind Brolin. Seeing Xu Xin surprised to see her husband return, they hugged each other, and from this point on, the situation was taken over by Luofeng. Taking advantage of Luofeng's absence to play dirty tricks on the Luo family, Luofeng asked, "Do Brolin and her family really think they're going to live forever?" A frightened Brolin tried to make excuses, saying that they were just having a normal discussion and that she didn't mean to cause hostility between the two families. Well, even though Brolin was wrong, she still tried to make excuses. That's how women are. In the end, it's always the wrong man. But this time, it was different with Luofeng, guys. Without listening to Brolin's nonsense, with a slight movement of his hand, Luofeng immediately blew the women out with his mental power, automatically logging Brolin out of the virtual universe. After that, Luofeng immediately ordered Brolin's bodyguards to tell the woman to log back into the virtual world. If she does not comply, her real body in the physical world will be the next to die. In the end, Brolin logged back into the virtual world with a look of fear on her face and her body trembling. Luofeng already knew that the Ross family was playing it safe because they still couldn't be sure whether Luofeng was alive or dead. And now, with Luofeng's return, the Ross family was nowhere near equal to the Luo family, so there was no need to continue negotiations. Luofeng told them all to send a message to the head of the Ross family, King Jianta, that Luofeng wanted a clear answer from him regarding the Ross family's actions towards the Luo family. If King Jianta did not give Luofeng a satisfactory answer, then Luofeng would not mind destroying him and making the entire Ross family disappear, along with the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Luofeng would slaughter them all. The threat was no joke, and Brolin, realizing this, immediately knelt in front of Luofeng, promising to tell her husband about all his actions.
回答呢？
After returning, Luofeng immediately expressed his longing to Shu Xin. Following that romantic moment with Shu Xin, Luofeng went to meet his third master, the Chaos City Lord, and gave a report on his training, which had taken 6,000 years. The master said that after Luofeng crossed the Tongtian Bridge at level 20, he would arrange his identity with the Hongmeng Alliance, where he would be registered under his own name, Luofeng. Thus, Luofeng would have two membership accounts, as Luofeng and as Yang. After meeting Chaos City Lord, Luofeng then met his second teacher, Master Zhen Yan. Luofeng did not forget to buy expensive wine that cost more than 3 million Hunyuan, and they drank together while chatting with Dylan and King Bloodthirsty. After getting drunk, Luofeng met King Jianta in the virtual universe. He came personally to apologize for allowing his subordinates to dare to offend the Luo family. Of course, even if King Jianta prostrated himself in front of Luofeng, the problem would not just disappear. In short, Luofeng immediately demanded compensation, asking for 99% of the assets owned by the Ross family and handing over all personnel involved in causing problems so the Luo family could be punished. After everything was settled, Luofeng was finally able to return to socializing with his family and closest relatives. Well, since Luofeng is still on Earth, he might as well relax for now because next week he'll be fighting again, guys. Okay, thank you for watching until the end. And don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me. Bye.